Good morning, Dubai. This is the Lovin Dubai show with me, Casey.
And me, Masa.
And we go through the top trending stories. Our top story for you today, amazing news. Detained Freedom Flotilla activists are on the way home, and that's including a Sharjah mom.
And a UAE man was fined 30k dirhams for filming a woman without her consent.
Then we're going to talk about a resident who found a huge beehive on her balcony and what she did about it.
And a missing cat post was shared with a huge reward of 50,000 dirhams.
Whether the cat is still missing or not is out, but 50,000 dirham for a missing cat. I know what I'm doing right after the show. Also, do stay tuned because later on in the show, Farah, our colleague here at Lovin Dubai, got to sit down with Richard Jones from the Stereophonics. They talked all about legacy, life on tour, and also, of course, their return to the Coca-Cola Arena. And
in today's rapid weather report, it's mostly sunny with temperatures ranging from 29 to 38 Celsius.
So let me open a story that I'm
so curious to see that.
Laughed out loud at. So first of all, what's your moral compass for using ChatGPT at work?
Listen, I use ChatGPT a lot at work, I'll have to be very honest. But because of one thing, it just makes work faster, you know?
Yes.
It makes it quicker, it makes it faster. But you do always have to go back and check because you have to make it sound less robotic. You know?
You have to make it sound like it's not ChatGPT.
Yeah.
But I would also say that there's using it to speed up your work, but you can't just...
Use it.
You can't just throw it out, not check it, and put it forward for a report. And I would say, especially if you're part of one of the big four companies. So, Deloitte.
Yeah.
They have been fined $440,000 because someone submitted a report. Now, the Australian government basically briefed Deloitte to create a report for them, and the report was about employment and workplace strategies.
They used ChatGPT for that? No way.
And they've now admitted it. However, the report, it basically came up with loads of AI errors. And it was clearly drafted by AI.
You can tell.
Yeah,
you can tell.
There was mistakes in it. So it was meant to analyse the efficiency of the Australian welfare system. Could you imagine a report of that magnitude, something so serious?
The thing is, AI memorizes and saves all the data on those bots. By the way, so if it's a sensitive topic, if they share something that's supposed to be confidential, let's say, it's all saved. It's all available.
Well, so they were using Azure OpenAI ChatGPT because there's different ones. But
still.
The long report, so back in uni, and it was actually funny, I was chatting to one of our colleagues about this yesterday, who's going through doing some uni work, and you have to put your sources. So the sources Deloitte put were fake.
Oh,
come on!
You're only excused, not even excused, but maybe justified if you were a uni kid.
It's not okay.
You have a full-time job.
You have to check the sources that ChatGPT gives you. It's ChatGPT faking it 101.
Yeah. Imagine putting it all on ChatGPT and you know what? ChatGPT, make me a report of that. And imagine hiring a company and the company uses ChatGPT too.
Deloitte. Now
What a scandal.
I always err on the side of the poor person who's at the end of this, but you're being paid a lot of money.
What do you think is going to happen to that person? Do you think they're going to get fired, or do they have to make a public statement?
Well, the problem is that the lower person will probably get fired, and the higher person who probably allowed it to happen won't. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what usually happens.
I don't know about that. That's just...
But you know what? In this case, if they really wanted to use ChatGPT, what they could have done, okay? Because AI is part of our lives. make the report, do your resources, research, put your points, okay? And then you can have ChatGPT maybe fix it for you or put it in a better wording or summarize it for you or like maybe just tidy up your, I don't know, brain thoughts.
People are getting lazier, and I would count myself one of them. There was a really interesting report on the FT in the last few days, and it talked about how our use of ChatGPT, people were using it for work, and now we're using it more for like personal stuff. But the most concerning thing is researchers are really worried about the impact this is having on users, and it could affect human ability to think critically because we're wired to take the easy way out.
Yeah, I think it's just it's how we are, you know. You know, my sister actually swore off ChatGPT. She doesn't use it at all. Amazing. Yeah, she says that it's hindering her for creativity, and she wants to use her brain. So she never uses ChatGPT.
I think I might need to do a ChatGPT.
Strong soldier.
I sometimes find I struggle to think of the words I'm trying to say. Because my briefs are so basic.
ChatGPT, give me synonym of this word.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say I feel bad, but better way.
Exactly. It's it gives us the easy way out, and we don't have to think as much. Interestingly, our colleague Ward is going through some uni work at the moment, and we had a conversation on this specific thing yesterday, and she said the uni professors, they keep reminding the students that they have systems to check if you're using ChatGPT. Now, if you're caught to use ChatGPT in a research proposal, you'll be struck out. Like, it's very strict.
Fair.
But it's very hard to catch it. And she said one of the things that everyone's aware of is the sources. Because you have to, like, the sources are, the sources that ChatGPT put forward are always fake. So it's like, she said people are using ChatGPT and they're getting away with it. But there's the kind of checkbox of things you're going to check. You'd probably spend more time writing the report than having to fix all of ChatGPT's errors, by the way.
Yeah, and sometimes what happens is that ChatGPT will give you the same answer every time. So imagine another student was doing the same thing. So you both have the same answers. Yeah, usually it gives you the same answer more or less, yani. Like not the exact, but more or less it's the same thing. And there is no uniqueness. I don't know. And it's crazy to think of a time that we had it before ChatGPT where we were writing reports with no issue. Nothing. We had no software.
With no issue.
Emails with no issues, nothing. Full reports.
What I would say to everyone, and I encouraging myself to do as well, is always to lead with your own thought, come up with your own answers, and then just get ChatGPT to just do it in a nice, tidy it up.
That's what I use it for. Just tidy it up. Honestly.
Is that your prompt, tidy it?
Tidy up, please. My words.
Up, please. I use polish. Polish this.
Oh. Ooh, polish.
Same thing. ChatGPT, make my prompts better. Okay, let's jump in to our top story of the day. You can see her behind us. We're so excited to announce that the detained Freedom Flotilla activists, including this amazing Sharjah mom, is on her way home. Shout out to Dr. Zahira, a South African and Canadian national based in the UAE, was one of the 450 activists detained by Israeli forces 4 days ago. The group is part of the Gaza Freedom Flotilla, a global initiative aiming to deliver aid and raise awareness about the situation in Gaza.
The release of the detained activist has now been confirmed by the South African government. In an official statement, the Department of International Relations and Cooperation said Israeli authorities had notified them of the activist's release.
The South African citizens involved are set to return home via Jordan tomorrow, and this was a report that came via the South African government. Minister Lamoa expressed his gratitude to all parties who helped in secure their safe return, reaffirming the government's commitment to the safety and well-being of its citizens abroad. Amazing.
It's really nice to see that they're back, and my For You page is flooded with speeches of those activists and them reaching home and then chanting Free Palestine even when they reach their own lands and having people waiting for them. And Greta's speech was amazing. She's just 22 years old, but she's making such a big impact. She kept insisting, this is not about me. You're not supposed to applaud me. You're not supposed to welcome me back. You're not supposed to ask me what happened to me. It's still about Gaza. It's still going under bombing strikes, under siege. No food is still delivered. So I am not supposed to be the person that's been applauded, although she really suffered this time along because sources say that she was abused while she was detained. But to see her back with such strength, regardless of what happened to her, it makes you sit and think, are we doing enough, or what are we doing to help the cause?
Yeah.
And there are people around us that are actually doing something, actually going there while we sit here and we talk about whether posting or not posting is enough or not. Putting it, of course, maybe giving in money, donation is helpful, but is it reaching or is it not reaching? The world is crying, the world is shouting, the world is protesting, but it just seems like nothing is budging.
Well, we're getting very close.
We're getting very close.
Hamas said they are close to agreeing as long as, if the agreement is made, there will be no more bombing, because I think we've seen ceasefire discussions before getting close. However, the agreements were not stuck to. So we really hope that this is the end. And I think what you said is very similar to Dr. Zamira. And what she said was she was sitting there thinking, I'm creating awareness. But if a mom of a child who passed heard that, okay, what's awareness? And what's it going to do? And so we thank those 450 people. Dr. Zamira was one of the last to be released. It was about 18 hours ago. And in her video, she said, thank you to everyone. We need a free Palestine. Let's move on to our next story.
So a UAE man was fined 30,000 dirhams for filming a woman without a consent. So an Abu Dhabi man has been ordered to pay a total of 30,000 dirhams after being convicted of filming a woman without her consent. The Abu Dhabi Criminal Court initially fined him 10,000 dirhams for violating her privacy by taking unauthorized photos. Following this, the woman filed a civil lawsuit citing reputational damages, psychological distress, and harm to her dignity.
The Abu Dhabi Family Civil and Administrative Court ruled in her favour, awarding an additional 20,000 in compensation along with legal costs. Judges highlighted that the criminal conviction was final and binding, and under the UAE Civil Transactions Law, any act causing moral, emotional or reputational harm requires compensation.
The ruling underscores the UAE's strict stance on protecting personal privacy and the serious consequences of violating it. Here in Dubai, why I love walking around and doing whatever I want here, because consent is such a big issue. So it's really important to have consent, and you can walk around not fearing anyone filming you because it's super safe and they have strict laws like this. So I'm happy this woman finally got what she needed and took it to court because it's not allowed. And you can be put in situations where you don't know what to do. Like, even if you suspect the person in front of you is filming you or not, what do you do in the situation? Would you confront it? Would you feel uncomfortable? Would you be safe? Would you be scared? Are you alone? Are you not alone?
That's so interesting that you asked that. And my immediate response would be there's no way I would approach the person. However, if I were to approach the person, the only country I would do it in is the UAE.
100%.
There is no way if I was in any other country, there's no like north, south, east or west, any other country, I would not approach the person because I wouldn't feel safe. Here, with stories like this, I would.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like most of the time, even when you go up and confront this person, there is nothing. Maybe it's just you speculating it, or maybe just out of anxiety.
Well, that's the thing, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. But you know...
but there's so many security guards around.
Yeah,
Dubai.
And I feel like they catch them before you do.
Well, yeah.
You know, back
hypothetical,
when I was younger, okay, even if when I was a kid, so we were teenagers at that time, so we looked like babies. We looked like babies. If me and my friends were walking around, let's say a mall, okay, and the security saw a random man approaching us, immediately they jump in and drag them away. Immediately, and literally drag them away. They don't allow them to come talk to us.
Wow.
Yeah, the level of security, and that's why our parents would allow us to go to malls alone when we were around 15, 14 of age, because they know there's such big level of security here. They don't have to worry about maybe random men approaching you or talking to you or maybe getting your number, because we're a bit more vulnerable at that age.
Yes, for sure. Freedom, it must be a really difficult thing, and I bring it up because it's discussed on the Chris Fade show this morning, of the freedom that he's questioning giving to his 15-year-old daughter Kiki. He put a post up saying she's going out for dinner to Zuma. Amazing. And she'd asked for his credit card, right? And the thing was like, what's the budget? And all the comments are hilarious because everyone's like, I want budget for Zuma. But the conversation is really about what's the line for your kids? And the conversation is really about, should I be letting my 15-year-old daughter go to Zuma? And he had just said, yeah, because it's like, whatever. But it is an interesting question of like, what's the line for parents in terms of freedoms? And the Nina Ali conversation as to like, can my 13-year-old daughter go on a holiday abroad? Poor parents, it's tricky.
It's a tricky time because they're, oh my God, maybe our parents should thank us for never having those expectations, by the way, because back in my time, it wasn't even a question to go to such fine dining restaurants. It was always food court.
Oh, yeah. Well, but Dubai has changed.
But Dubai has changed, yeah.
And could you imagine what a flex that would be?
I know.
What a flex. Like, what did you do last night? I went to Zuma. I'd be begging. I'd be sitting home begging my mom. And then I'd act like it was totally chill. I'd be like, yeah, I went to Zuma. But like, I'd be, please, can I go?
Please, Mom.
But yeah, that's there's pressure on the parents as well.
But I think, like you said, I think times change, and it really depends on the environment. So maybe his daughter, the people around her friends, are used to going to such places. That's their normal routine, basically, or their normal weekend hangout. But for other students and other schools or other friends or other friend groups, they might have it a bit differently. But it's just, growing up, it was never the norm for us like that. Maybe in uni and after uni, yes. But like,
but it removes Zuma from the situation. It's like, can your 15-year-old go to the food court? Because like, it actually, like, DFC, very safe. So it's not about, let's say, if we're moving budget conversation, it's like, what should you and shouldn't you? Or like communities in Dubai, like one of the reasons families love moving here is because of those neighborhoods. Yes. Like every parent I talk to, I'm like, where do you live? Oh, it's expensive. Yeah, but my kids can go outside and play in the streets for hours like we did growing up, but probably wouldn't do these days in the country that I was born in. So it's that level of safety. So like they have a freedom from the age of 5, 6, 7 that they're out in the evenings alone. So they get to 15, 16, they can get in a cab alone because that's safe.
It's super safe.
You should, but Dubai does allow that flexibility, that freedom. Now where they go and the budget is a different thing.
Yeah, true. Honestly, like, I've had home security, so I wouldn't worry about those parents. I understand why they'd be open and allowing and free to let those kids go. It's just, I think it's different. It differs for every parent.
It differs for every
But let's
parent.
just have it the normal or the expectations to be going to such places every weekend, or that's what expected of a 14-year-old to do, because I don't know. I don't think we should really normalize it. That's in my opinion. Once they grow older, yes. When they have bigger celebrations, yes. But
then also I feel like there's like different pockets of groups of society who manage their own thing, and maybe it doesn't need to be. The budget and where they're going probably doesn't need to be a debate, because then that becomes the pressurized system. But actually, if there's a group of people who do this thing, like, no judgment to them.
Yeah.
If there's a group of who work in a different way, also no judgment to them.
Honestly, parents do you.
Parents do you.
Do you.
What you're doing, if you're working and you have kids, you are elite in our eyes. Let's jump into our next story. I love the diversity of the stories on the Lovin Dubai show. A resident was surprised to find a beehive on her balcony. Dubai-based Diana walked into her home to find a family of unexpected guests. You can see this video here. It was, in fact, a massive beehive.
Thankfully, she left the hive alone and contacted Dubai municipality to handle it safely.
And I have to tell you, there's 2 sets of videos you're seeing here. One of those is Diana's, this massive beehive. One of those, the one behind me, that's my video of a massive beehive being removed. And I want to tell you how it happened. This was like 2 years ago. This was this week. So it's common enough for these bees to find new homes. And I was told when I saw the original beehive that, like, leave them alone, they'll move on.
Yeah.
I left them alone. The beehive got larger and larger and larger to the point that I was like, I don't have a balcony anymore. I've got roommates not paying rent. Look how much honey they made.
Oh my God, Casey, but you're not scared?
Well, I just didn't go outside for like 2 months.
Oh my! Either way, like, imagine if you opened the balcony's door just a little bit.
No, there is on the other side.
Oh my God!
And that's the freshest honey.
I'm getting goosebumps.
That's the freshest honey you'll ever have. No, seriously, it's very healthy honey.
Casey, you grew honey with your...
That's her. That's Diana's beehive.
Casey, how did you get rid of it? Did you call someone to...
But the story is that I was told to leave them there, they would move on. They didn't move on. And then someone was like, you can call Dubai municipality. I called Dubai municipality at like 9 a.m. on whatever morning. They were there by 12.
Yeah.
They came in, 3 guys, 2 guys in these beehive, looks like a hazmat suit, another guy in charge. They told me that the bees were going to a better place.
What does that mean? maybe
I was like, are they safe? They're safe. Yeah, they would take them and probably bring them to a... So basically the Dubai municipality, similar to the snake story we told recently, they have a department for this that helps you. And
did you get to keep the honey though?
Yeah, that's the honey.
Did you taste it?
Yeah, of course.
God, how did it taste? That's your own full grown honey in your balcony, Casey.
Yeah, so this was moved into the kitchen at this point. It tasted fine, but I didn't store it correctly. And then you've got these kind of floating bees in it. So that's not appetizing.
Oh, God. No, it's not appetizing. Honestly, I'd be so traumatized, I wouldn't want to have the honey. If I saw this in my balcony, I would not be able to have the honey. You're such a strong soldier. How were you able to handle this? How did you not freak out?
Free food.
I would have freaked out. Like, if I saw one bee, I would have...
Yeah, look at that. I know, it's massive. Anyway, if that happens to you, Dubai municipality are at your service. I don't think I paid a dime.
Really?
I don't think so.
At least you got some free honey.
And I got
free service.
Some free honey. And I offered the guys honey. They were like, no thanks. Okay, let's move into our final story of the day.
So a missing cat post was shared with a huge reward of 50,000 dirhams. A missing pet alert had Dubai residents on high alert this week after a beloved cat named Filfil went missing from a villa in Jumeirah's luxury living community. What grabbed everyone's attention was the massive reward. It was awarded at 50,000 dirhams that the pet parents were offering for his safe return.
So has Filfil been found? We're waiting on an update on that. Reports say that yes, it has, but we're waiting for an official report that Filfil is back in the arms of his mommy. The viral story also sparked an important reminder for pet owners. Invest in collars with GPS trackers to avoid similar heartbreak. However, I will add that it was Arij from Kitty Cat Rescue, who posted this story, and we know that she has many cats that she rehomes and rescues, so probably unlikely that she'll be able to put a GPS tracker in all of them. But
no. It's just, I think for families that have maybe one or two pets. So when Lovin Dubai asked the community on the WhatsApp channel whether pets deserve this level of love and this level and the massive reward, basically, the overwhelming response was yes, they do deserve this amount of love and protection. I saw one of the comments that made me laugh, you know. Someone said in the comment section after the reward post, I would take annual leave to go look for that cat.
Yeah. 50K?
50K? Oh, God.
50K?
They must, maybe this cat like survived a lot with them, like years and years, grew attached to
them. It's a family. It's a family member. I think there's two types of people in this world. Animal lovers and the rest. And like the rest don't get it.
Yeah.
And animal lovers are like...
They get it.
They have a soul. These animals are part of us. And when you take on their ownership and responsibility of bringing a pet into your home, you're inviting a new family member, and therefore you will do anything for it. That includes expensive vet bills, that includes moving it to another country when you're moving home, everything, because it's part of your family, and that's important.
Exactly, they're like your children now, you know, like this is what they say, I have 50 children and they're all cats. We have a stray cat, and let me tell you, kids, cat is a stray cat. Okay, sometimes
it's not a stray cat. It's your cat, Masa. Like you're paying for the pet bills. It moved
That's
with
the
you.
Thing.
It moved with you
3 times.
Yeah, so you've got a cat that lives outside.
Sometimes enters the house. Honestly, when it's too hot, we let his name's Ruhai to come inside.
Ruhai.
And he just sits, you know, chills and meows a lot and eats a lot. You know, what a privileged cat. Like,
what food does it eat?
Proper cat food. I don't know what it's called.
So
never. Oh, this cat. Very particular about the type of food they eat. Although it's a stray cat, we found you on the street, but like don't have like a big ego. But literally will not accept to have leftover food. Have to have proper food, cat food.
You know what I love is that like I have a friend who has a cat. She can't open the door because the cat would be gone.
Oh, we can't open the door because the cat will run inside?
Yeah, and it's funny, but your cat is like, I'm going to live this nice villa life. I'm going to move from one villa to the next villa, and I'm only going to eat this food, and this family knows that I'm only going to eat this food. And it's a clever cat. Maybe my friend's cat isn't so smart.
Yeah, I think your cat's,
Because like when you leave the house, and isn't that a big fear for cat owners? And like this cat has obviously lost its way. Like, isn't that a shame?
Yeah, that's the thing, because Anna, my sister is really attached to this cat, and
Ruhai.
Yeah, and if this cat doesn't come by for one day only, I see how she freaks out. So I can't imagine how this family feels if they constantly have the cat around them 24/7, because Ruhai has his own life.
Yeah.
Comes in and goes whenever he wants.
I mean, I'd like to be Ruhai at this point.
leave the house whenever they want, come inside the house whenever they want. Yeah. So I feel for this family. I understand why they want to put such a big reward. I really hope they return safely with or without the reward. And I hope they be able to find it. But you know what? Cats do find their way back. They can with the scent. They have a powerful scent and they can smell and they know how to find their way back. They can. They're very smart.
So if Felfel hasn't found his way home yet, we know that he will.
You will.
Or you'll find his way to Coca-Cola Arena at the end of the month, because guess who's coming? Stereophonics. And Farah got to sit down with Richard Jones of Stereophonics' legendary UK band to talk everything legacy, life on tour, and their Dubai return to Coca-Cola Arena. Stay tuned. You can hear this interview right after this very short break.
Hello, and today on the show, we're thrilled to welcome the incredible Richard Jones from Stereophonics. He is gearing up to light up the Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai on October 29th, and we're sitting down with him to talk all things music, life on tour, and what fans can expect from his upcoming show. Welcome, Richard Jones. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to coming out to Dubai again.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited to have you and see you here in person. But since I have you here on the show, I'd love to ask you a few questions. So you've been together with the band since the early 90s, and looking back, what do you think kept the band grounded for all of these years?
Well, first and foremost, myself and Kerry are really good friends. We've been friends since the age of 3 years old.
Wow.
So we've got a lot of life experiences. And our common goal is we want the band and the music of the band to be the best it could possibly be. So yeah, we put everything into it, and hopefully that's what shows when we perform and when we release records.
Yeah. Dakota hit #1 in the UK and became a global sensation. Everybody knows what it is. Why do you think that song resonated so widely?
I don't really know. Some songs, they just hit and everybody falls in love with them. It's almost like the song is not your own and it becomes a public domain, and everybody just gets into it so much. And that's what it feels like when we perform live. As soon as we start performing because live, it becomes this big, crowd sing along. Almost like you just remember the audience to perform the song. That's
Yeah, I could understand. I could relate to that so much as well. If you could go back and give our younger selves one piece of advice at the start of the band, what did you think it would be?
I think it would probably be, just enjoy yourself, slow down. It's going to be a long ride. Because I think in the beginning, we were so energetic and kind of over enthusiastic. I would be. So yeah, we're like, getting back and then that's probably where is it is to say, enjoy yourself, but
Did you think it would last as long as it has so far?
Well, we were always spinning there, yes. And one of those is add the we get our mindset, but you get out with something where you put it. So CV, little play music, performing, writing the phone, even has to get a little bit of the goods, is it? So little girl can be looking all that happened.
You built a reputation as one of Britain's best live bands. What's the secret to keeping shows fresh and powerful after so many tours?
I think it's just love of music, the love of performing. It's not just performing music; it's watching music. Well, we're big fans of lots and lots of different people, about different bands, different artists. And when you watch different artists, like we hesitant to steal something from them every now and again. Like it might be the way that they perform, it might be that they have this kind of attitude that like comes across live. So yeah, we'd be really fortunate, like we've performed with some of the greatest, like bands and musicians, artists over the years: David Bowie, Rolling Stones, U2, Red Hot Chili Peppers, just to name a few. So yeah, we've taken a little bit all those artists and incorporated into what we do.
That definitely keeps things fresh. Okay, so here is something that's been a hot topic recently, and it's about ticket prices. So fans are often left frustrated in some cases when the prices are going through the roof. They want to see their favorite artists and support them, but they don't quite understand there's a lot that goes into it. So what do you think is a fair approach to ticket pricing and getting the value for audiences?
Well, for us, we've always tried to keep ticket pricing as low as possible. So like we try and make it that everybody kind of the show. We're not pricing, like die-hard fans that like got a certain budget out of our shows, but you do have to like make it financially viable, because putting on a big production, there's costs that are involved with that. So it's a fine balance here. We're in it for the love of music. We're not in it to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
And see you later. We want to be sustainable as well. So
I think it's very, it shows.
yeah, by being fair, that's what you gotta do. We've all been to concerts and felt like it's a little bit overpriced. So yeah, we don't want to be one of those bands. We want to be, like a band that everybody might be.
Agreed. Okay, so with streaming, TikTok, and now AI shaping music, how do you see new bands breaking through compared to when you started out?
I think first and foremost, you've gotta be good at what you do, and usually you've got to have something that's quite unique. It is getting harder to find something unique out of artists, like, because there is only 12 notes on piano to work with, so there's only an infinite that it's not an infinite amount of chords and melodies. So you kind of just gotta make sure you're singing from the heart and you're doing it for the right reasons. And I think people like that on the stage. If they can relate to something, then they usually like it, really.
Do you the new do you think the new bands nowadays are relying too much on AI and TikTok and trying to just I don't know. Do you feel like they're doing it differently and relying so much on AI?
I don't think they're relying on AI so much. I think, like being in the performing arts, if you play live, you have to play live, like you can have auto-tuners and whatever when you're performing live, but it usually shows a little bit. You can sense that something's not quite right when it comes to auto-tuning. So yeah, if you rely on it, then you're going to become unstuck, because if the electric goes off and we can't do it with an acoustic guitar, then you can't really do it.
Fans are going to be disappointed. Okay, I want to tap into a little bit of the personal side. So what's the band dynamic now like compared to when you guys first started?
Well, we're all a little bit older and wiser. We've got families, we've got children. So we realized that, being in this environment, touring, being taken away from your family life, like you've got to look after each other. And we tend to, like do that when we're on the road. We make sure we check in with each other, that everybody's okay. We go out for meals together, like we socialize together. We, like if we got a day off, we may go to a museum or, like go and see something together. If we, if we buy the seaside, we'll go to the beach together or wherever. So, we're, like it becomes a touring family, and you look after your family, really.
I love that. I love the tie of the family and the band, and after so many years, you definitely do become like family.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know you're into bikes and even a little bit of Buddhist philosophy. So outside of music, what keeps you grounded and inspired?
I think for me, outside of music, it's never too far away in music. I listen to a lot of music when we're not performing. And that's where I've got inspiration from, like so many different artists and so many different genres of music. So for me, I'm currently on a little bit of a wave of Americana music, listening to a lot of Americana music, and that's really inspiring at the moment as well. But yeah, I take inspiration from anything and anyone, really. That's kind of how it should be, I think.
Is there something specific you're drawing inspiration from right now that's like something that you keep going back to?
I think it's just life experiences that we all take inspiration from. Sometimes, those life experiences might not be comfortable, but you get experience from it, and you can then, use it in a way that it might be positive for somebody else as well.
And what's been your most memorable Stereophonics show to date?
Most memorable? I don't think we've probably got one to be most memorable. I think for me, it's touring with some of our kind of idols. So we've been really fortunate. We played with David Bowie, we played with Red Hot Chili Peppers, we played with Rolling Stones, with U2, and all these people are big kind of big inspirations for us. And just 3 days ago, we were in San Diego, and we were performing on Eddie Vedder's festival from Pearl Jam, and seeing all these artists there, like it's nothing better when you got a love for music. Being in that environment with those people, it's a good thing.
That's so awesome. I really, really enjoyed the chat today. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to do at Coca-Cola Arena. So
yeah, we're really looking forward to coming back. Like we've kind of got about 22 songs that we're performing in the shows at the minute, and yeah, it's going to be great.
What can we expect? Which songs are we talking about? If you can just...
Well, there's certain songs that we never leave out of the set. So that's Dakota, that's Maybe Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
We perform, like Loafer Boy in a Photograph, Sailor V, Wanna Get Lost With You. So yeah.
All the favorites. I think we're also excited to see it October 29th, everyone. Thank you so much, Richard Jones, for sitting with me today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks, I appreciate it. And we've come to the end of the Lovin Dubai show, and